Michael Bisping and Paul Felder react to Merab's impressive performance in his rematch against Sean O'Malley. The second meeting between the two bantamweights played out quite differently from the first time they were locked in a cage. O'Malley showed some improvement in his defensive wrestling against the cage, being able to stuff some of Dvalishvili's early attempts to drag him down, but that was far from enough. Merab looked more confident than ever in the striking range, and as he began putting that signature pace of his on Sean, he took him down at will and eventually submitted him. He also wants to be as active as possible as a champion, calling out Sandhagen in the friendliest manner possible. Bisping and Felder share thoughts.
Merab just went out there, closed the book on Sean O'Malley, distanced himself from everyone else in the bantamweight division, potentially one of the greatest of all time, finishes it this time,
Yeah.
Sean didn't even, all right, round 2, he stopped some takedowns and he landed some good shots and stuff like that. But Merab wasn't deterred. He wasn't hurt. He didn't stop going forward. He didn't stop trying. He basically went out there and kind of mauled him and then tapped him out in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think it was just exactly what Merab needed to do to not only get another big win, but to get a finish like that, because that's the one thing that's kind of been eluding him, right, is having that big finish. And that was a slick, awkward, non-traditional choke that he hit him with too.
Corey Sandhagen reacts to Merab's dominant victory as one of the few guys among bantamweight contenders who hasn't yet fought the champion, and who's in a position to challenge him next. The Sandman, in a way, also represents the last hope to a portion of fans who for some reason dislike the Machine's reign of getting to see him lose his title. Having 13 wins in a row and undoubtedly securing himself the honor of becoming one of the greatest bantamweights, if not the greatest ever, speaks for itself though, and Corey has his hands full with this one. He recognizes how special Dvalishvili is and says he needs to knock him out in order to win. Here's Corey's reaction to Merab submitting O'Malley and their clash in the next bantamweight title.
I kind of anticipated that Merab was even going to look better in this fight just when I was thinking about it a little bit more, and he did awesome. He got the finish. I'm sure that's what he was looking for, and I'm happy for him. Me and Merab have like a really good rapport together, so I'm happy for him. When Merab decides to get aggressive, he gets aggressive, and I'm looking forward to that, man. Merab's probably, he is the best guy in the division. He's maybe one of the best guys in the UFC, and I want to take that guy out. You got to knock that guy out. That's it. You just got to knock that guy out.
Dana White makes one final offer to Jon Jones in a Hail Mary attempt to get the heavyweight champion to accept the Tom Aspinall fight. With Bones having shown no interest in fighting Tom during the period of the last couple of weeks, while the Brit would occasionally give fans some hope with cryptic messages about some meeting with Hunter Campbell going well, most in the MMA community are losing patience with the situation and want to finally get some clarity. Who's fighting for the belt next? Is Jones getting stripped or defending against Tom? Well, on the press conference following the last pay-per-view event, Dana said he will get the definitive answer to that question when he meets with matchmakers and decides what direction things are going. Of course, that meeting will in some form involve Jones, whether by him calling in or the last offer just being sent to him via mail. But the point is, Dana hinted he's going to make one final offer to Jon by throwing in some things that can motivate him to take the fight. Dana promised to have it figured out on Tuesday, which is a day on which matchmakers and the brass typically meet. So the said meeting has already taken place, and all we have left to do is wait to find out whether they were successful in convincing Jon to stick around for one more and making the most anticipated fight in UFC right now official.
Tuesday, we'll figure this out. We can throw things at him that inspire him to want to fight. We'll figure it out.
Kenny Florian predicts the outcome of Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. The former welterweight champ is set to come back to the octagon this weekend, and he takes on one of the hottest prospects in the division at the moment. Bookmakers have him as a decently sized underdog, with the reasoning behind this having to do with him coming off 3 losses in a row, and at 38 years of age. For Usman fans, there are reasons to be hopeful in this matchup. As if one examines each of his 3 losses on this skid, it becomes clear that writing him off and giving him a status of a ghost from the past might be too early. He lost to Leon in the last round after dominating him up to that point, then lost to him again in a closely contested rematch. As for the 3rd loss, he jumped in to fight Khamzat Chimaev on short notice and was highly competitive, losing a majority decision. We'll find out whether he still got it, and Buckley is the right opponent to gauge that. Florian predicts the winner.
It's hard to know where Usman is at in his career. Is this a guy who is, fighting just to stay busy? What has he been doing as far as staying active over the last year or so? It's hard to tell. With Buckley, we know exactly where his head is at. He wants to fight. He wants the belt. He's looking better and better. I think he has a lot of momentum heading into this fight. So while I'm going to pick Buckley here, I think Usman does have a shot here. Why do I keep saying Usman, by the way? We just said Usman. So I think that Usman is definitely going to be, I think there's a lot of value for Kamaru, but give me Buckley.
Mateusz Gamrot is ready to reintroduce himself to the MMA community as a legitimate threat to Islam Makhachev's lightweight title, which will soon change hands and crown the winner of Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria. Many had high hopes for the Polish contender since his debut in the UFC, but Gamrot's career trajectory has been a weird one. This is a fighter that has wins over elite opposition like Arman Tsarukyan, Rafael Fiziev, RDA, and others, but also losses to Guram Kutateladze, Dan Hooker, and Benil Dariush. He hasn't been able to maintain a necessary degree of momentum by riding a winning streak high through the rankings to get a smooth path to a title shot. In his last Octagon outing, he defeated Ludwig Klein, who hadn't lost for 7 fights in a row. Gamrot plans to continue going through top lightweights and get close to that title shot opportunity as quickly as possible. He has an opponent in mind as well, but thinks UFC is going to want to protect him.
The lightweight division is the most dangerous division and the best division. Every month is moving some things. Not like Islam. I am not surprised that he moved up. He beat everybody from lightweight division, so he wanna get the second belt. Paddy Pimblett, I don't like this guy. He talks too much, and he has a really easy way to be this place when he's are. Everybody think he deserves to fight for the title, but the end of the day, this is UFC decision and UFC that choose. But I still thinking he's easy fight like Paddy Pimblett. If he gets some really good high level opponents, he will have trouble in the fight.
So you would be a nightmare matchup for him, not a good one for him.
I think so. I love meet him in the octagon, and in the future I think this gonna be happen. He looks striking right now, but he's a grappler. Great stylistic to me. When I meet him, this is gonna be great fight, but I think I finish him in the ground for sure because he make a lot of mistake in the ground, and I see this, and I have tools to get the win.